Congratulations, International School of Tomorrow, Moscow, class of 2020. You know, as you start this next chapter in your life, there are 3 things that I think it would be good for you to remember. And, you know, while we're sitting here in quarantine, I'm in my apartment, and I thought, you know what? What better way to illustrate this than to liken your existence to, that's right, a sourdough bread recipe. So, why don't you come with me as we take a little trip to remember all you've been through these past 17 or 18 years. Let's get baking as soon as I get my apron on. Oops. Let's do this. Any YouTube baker knows that to make good sourdough bread, you gotta start with your own homemade sourdough starter. See that? You know, actually, in a way, your life started a lot like this. It's true. Just like I put together a few ingredients and now my little pet yeast and bacteria are happily bubbling along. God, the master baker, is the one who created your cells that then began to create you. You know, Psalm 139:13 says, "Certainly you made my mind and my heart. You wove me together in my mother's womb." So you know what? I want you to think about where you came from. And I want you to remember to give thanks to the master baker who decided from the very beginning to make the recipe of you. Well, time goes on and your life begins to take shape. Now, this didn't just happen by itself, you know. It took a lot of effort from your parents, teachers, and other people in your life. Quite vigorous effort, actually. You know, it may have even seemed a bit harsh at times. What with all the stretching and pulling and shaping. But you know, let me tell you, all of that effort was for a reason. You wouldn't be where you are today without the loving, firm hands of those who shaped you. So remember to love and cherish those hands and who they belong to, and never forget their efforts in your life. Well, it all came down to this. You are slashed and dropped into a 260-degree cast iron Dutch oven called your senior year of high school. And you gotta be wondering, how am I gonna take the heat? Oh, and in you go. Oh. But you know what? After a little while, transformation begins to take place. You start to rise up a little bit. You begin to develop a nice, deep, dark, golden crust and color. Some of you might even begin to start smelling a little better. And then you know what? In the end, finally, congratulations, you come out a beautiful, unique creation of God, both outside and hear that crunch? And in. Wow. You know, I gotta admit, this turned out really, really well. And my last point was going to be, remember this, that, because I didn't expect this to really turn out the way it did, but that's perfect. But what my point was, is that even though life may not always go exactly the way you planned, in the end, it still tastes great. Congratulations, everybody.